been familiar with the Irish market for a number of years now. How do you feel the mood is in the camp amongst the retailers?
Well, I think everyone likes to be pessimistic. No one likes to be too outwardly optimistic. I think things are probably not quite as bad as people thought they would be.
Yeah.
I think the cost of living issues that were looking really, really terrifying last year have stepped back a little bit. Clearly, inflation is still a big issue. But actually, I think we're seeing the continued importance of physical retail.
And with your global lens, do you think that's the Irish talking ourselves down, or is that a general thought that people don't see it as bad as it actually is?
No, I actually think it's a global thing, that people were maybe expecting more of a disaster than has actually happened, that retail, physical retail in particular, is being more resilient than people had expected.
Yes.
I think people are potentially more cautiously optimistic than maybe they thought they would have been last year.
You've also become a great champion for Irish retailers and kind of got us to believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
What are your observations that we do differently?
I think the big difference is that as a small island, Irish retailers often thought, oh, we're too small, we're too poor to do the great stuff. Actually, they now realise that they can be just as creative as the rest of the world.
Yeah.
What they have that's different is a more personal, unique approach. Smaller businesses, more independent businesses, more family-run businesses, potentially more engaged staff. Because it's a smaller country, you're actually getting those slightly more creative approach rather than maybe a big box corporate approach that then rolls down nationally.
Yeah, no, I love that analogy. You don't need a lot of money to be creative.
No, absolutely. And I quite like creativity that comes on a specifically tight budget.
Yes. And which sectors do you think are ripe for a bit of creativity that maybe could be more creative within the retail sector?
Well, I'm actually seeing creativity across all retail sectors, but what I think is particularly interesting is sectors that have been very traditionally hidebound around a certain look. So things like the pharmacy sector, where pharmacy stores all look the same, jewellery stores, maybe car showrooms, and we're seeing the evolution of that, where those particular sectors are starting to look outside the sector and saying, how can we bring the world of hotel or concierge or hospitality into what we do? So if you take someone like Lincoln Co., which is a car showroom, except they have one car in there, and the rest of it is a lounge and meeting rooms and a curated retail mix and a coffee store. You know, that's the opportunity to be really creative.
Listen, you've been a great tonic to the Irish market. You've really helped us believe in ourselves. So thank you for that.
Pleasure.
And keep up the good work.
Brad,
Thank you very much.
thank you.